Pekanbaru. Greetings to the judges of the ESC 2021 Berprestasi, all participants, and all viewers. My name is Aqil and I'm from Imam An-Nawawi Sekolah Pekanbaru. Praise and gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has given me the ability and opportunity to stand before you, even if only through a video. Yes, I'm actually just standing in front of the camera. It is very, very sad. We're in the midst of disaster in COVID-19. Surely, we are well aware of this and wanted to disappear from the earth as soon as possible. Our difficulties have been lightened with the formulation of current vaccines. Vaccines, or similarly functioning concoctions, have been playing an important role in the history of health. Buddhist monks drink snake venom to confer immunity to snake bites, and variolation, smearing a skin tear with cowpox to confer immunity to smallpox, was practiced in the 17th century in China. Over the 18th and 19th centuries, systematic implementation of mass smallpox immunization culminated in its global eradication in 1979. So, what actually is a vaccine? A vaccine is a biological preparation used to produce an adaptive immunity to fight against a certain infectious disease. Then what are the uses and benefits of a vaccine? Well, from the definition of a vaccine above, we know that if we vaccinate, our body will produce an adaptive immunity that will help fight against a certain disease, which in this case means the coronavirus disease. Otherwise, our body will not have a special immunity. So actually, our body also has what's called general immunity. This is a naturally formed immunity that is already present in our body. Then there's a specific immunity. This immunity is for new diseases that hasn't been recognized by the body. It can only be formed in two ways. The first way is to get vaccinated. Vaccines can contain viruses that have been killed or attenuated and arranged so as not to harm the person being vaccinated. Therefore, when the vaccine is injected, his or her body will recognize the virus and then form immunity. The second way is by getting infected with the virus naturally. This obviously isn't a good option. There's always the risk of not surviving because the virus that enters our body isn't the one that has been weakened or killed. There's one thing that has to be noted though. If we are vaccinated, there's a very small chance that we can still catch the virus. However, the symptoms that will arise will be much, much lighter than if we are vaccinated. If we are not vaccinated, when we're infected with corona, we may experience severe symptoms. With vaccines, we can protect those around us too, such as our families and friends. The more people who are vaccinated, the more herd immunity will be formed. And the Euro 2020 event, which was postponed for a year, was an example of a fairly good herd immunity thanks to vaccination. A full 5 million Europeans have been vaccinated to date, so the authorities have decided that wearing masks is no longer mandatory in public spaces, said Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban. Likewise, in our neighboring country, Singapore, so far, as much as 50% of the total Singaporeans have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, and 36.1% of the total population in Singapore have received complete vaccinations. With herd immunity, when far more people are vaccinated than those who are not, the virus becomes more difficult to spread. Vaccines have been recommended by the governments and health experts all around the globe. As a student, we must trust those who are experts in their fields and obey the decisions of those in authority. We should not listen to bad news that comes from unreliable or questionable sources. So, from the speech that I have delivered for you today, if there were one crucial message that I would like you to get from it, it would be that vaccines save lives, fear endangers them. Hopefully, more and more people would get vaccinated for the sake of us all. Thank you all very much for your attention. Have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.